cracking YouTube? It's your boy Jason Yamamoto, and today I'm going to cover the topic whether you can train any muscle group more than twice a week. Okay, now here's your answer. I personally train almost every muscle group in my body twice a week. Okay, when I was gone for like those 2 weeks, I didn't know when I had the chance to train again, or a certain muscle group again, okay? Or whether if I was going to give the chance to even work out. So I took the opportunity just in case and just went ahead and trained every muscle group twice or even 3 times a week. So my split while I was gone was on day 1, chest and backs. Day 2, legs and lower back. Day 3, chest and back. Day 4, legs and lower back. Day 5, arms and shoulders. Okay? And then the next week was chest and backs, legs and shoulders, chest and backs, and then abs and legs, and then day 5 was shoulder and arms. Essentially, I hit every muscle group on the body. But you gotta look at this. If you go to like any fitness school, or if you're trying to learn something from strength and conditioning, it's the fact that you essentially use almost the same muscles in every exercise you do. I mean, you don't necessarily target that certain muscle group, but you're using some of it. Like, let's say if you're doing the bent over row, you're still using a portional part of your lower back. You're still using your hamstrings, your quads to maintain stabilization, and you're pretty much using your biceps and your upper back and your delts or your rear delts to use, for the rowing movement. Okay, and in some cases you might even be using a little bit of your chest. So essentially, you're always using more than one muscle when you're doing a heavy compound movement. Now, if you're doing an isolated movement such as the tricep pull down, yeah, I mean, you're not really using all your muscle groups like chest and back, but you're still using some muscles when you're lifting something heavy. Now, if you're lifting something light, that's a different answer. Okay, but if we're sticking with lifting heavy, you're using a lot more muscle groups than you think you are. Okay, you're not essentially just using your lower back. And if you're going heavy on the deadlift, I will promise you that you're using a lot more muscles than your hamstring, quads, and your calves. You're using a lot more of your lower back, serratus muscles, your abdominal muscles, your upper and lower, and your deep core. So, yeah, I mean, whenever you're lifting something heavy, just keep in mind you're using more than one muscle. Alright, so can you honestly say that you're always targeting one muscle group unless you're doing an isolated movement? Okay, yeah, you're doing one muscle group at a time. But if we're sticking with the heavy compound movements that builds the mass, then yes, I would say you're always targeting more than 3 to 4 muscle groups at one time. So with that being said, yeah, man, you could train any muscle groups more than twice and still see some growth. Now, depending on your sets, alright, when I was training chest and backs, I kept it 6 sets for my chest and then like 6 sets for my back. And that's as much as I went. And it took me about at least an hour to an hour and a half to complete that exercise. Okay? It also depends on your repetitions. But if you keep it intense enough, it's still going to be an effective workout, and then it'll carry on to the next day where you're targeting the same muscle groups again. Okay? Now, depending on your CNS as well, not to say that my CNS was not drained. I was drained whenever I had those days off. Those 2 days when I got to rest, when I trained 5 days straight, because I always had the fear that I would never have the chance again to train for that week. So essentially, yes, your CNS will get tapped out, and every time you hit that same muscle group again, you may have to go lighter. But does that restrict you from training that same muscle again? No. Okay, I'm just letting you know it's mostly your CNS that gets strained, not your muscle. Okay, so just continue eating good and continue absorbing your proteins. Continue to drink water and just keep hitting it hard. Anyways, hopefully this answers some of your questions about training your muscle groups more than twice a week. It's your boy Jason Yamamoto, and I'll talk to you guys later. Nice. Breathe.